Olá, bem-vindos a mais episódio. Today's episode is going to be quite different. We're going to talk about math. If you are thinking, what does math have to do with Portuguese? You will be surprised how often we use math vocabulary in our day-to-day lives. How would you say, I was here first, or I want half of that? I am here to help you master this topic. Did you know that by simply clicking the subscribe button, you are supporting my channel? More than half of the people that watch my videos are not my subscribers. So if you find my content useful, consider subscribing to my channel. E agora, vamos começar! Let's start with cardinal numbers, números cardinais in Portuguese. These are our common numbers. Let's count together up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now note that the number 1 and 2 in Portuguese have a feminine form, uma and duas. So when referring to a feminine noun, you need to use these instead of and dois. This has implications also on all other tens after 20, 21, 21, and so on. Normally in English, we use the pound sign to refer to a number. In Portuguese, we don't use the pound symbol for numbers. An address in Portuguese would be written Rua das Flores, número 4. We use the diminutive of number before the number itself. Now let's talk about phone numbers. O meu número de telefone é, my phone number is 214-626-303. When we say phone numbers, we read number by number. The only occasion where you would read it differently is in advertising 800 phone numbers, since it makes it easier to memorize. These 800 numbers are usually for free hotlines in Portugal. A curiosity about phone numbers in Portugal is that if it starts with a 2, you are calling a landline. If it starts with a 9, you are calling a cell phone. Another interesting thing about cardinal numbers is how we refer to a billion. In European Portuguese, billion and bilhão are not synonyms at all. The equivalent to a billion in English is mil milhões. Bilhão in Portuguese is a trillion in English. Now we have ordinal numbers, números ordinais. As the name says, this is the kind of numeral that expresses an order, like first, second, and third in English. Knowing these numerals is very useful if you're staying in an apartment in Portugal, since you need to say primeiro or quinto if your place is located on the first or fifth floor. Also pay attention to the little symbol close to the digit. This is the way to tell you this is an ordinal number. These types of numbers work as adjectives, and if you remember the rule we explained in this video, you always need to agree in gender and number the noun you're referring to. So the little symbol preceded by a dot is for the masculine form, and the little a, also preceded by a dot, is for the feminine form. This is what happens when we speak about the days of the week, since they are based on ordinal numbers. Segunda-feira, terça-feira, abbreviated this way, are nouns that follow this rule. Feira is a feminine singular noun, originally meaning fair, as celebration. Therefore, the ordinal numeral before must agree with the gender and number of the noun. Ordinal numbers have another interesting thing. While most adjectives are placed after the noun, ordinal numbers go before. Let's take a look at a practical example. The Portuguese singer David Carreira has a song called Primeira Dama, First Lady. Since dama is a feminine singular word, primeira is the feminine singular form. Now let's talk about multiplication. The double, the triple are used very often. In Portuguese, o dobro, o triplo. In baking recipes, for example, sometimes you are used to wait until the dough doubles its size, até ficar o dobro. In sports, the triple jump is triplo salto. Now let's talk fractions. Frações in Portuguese commonly used to speak about a half of something, a metade, half something, meio or meia, depending on the gender, a third of something, terço de, or 1/4, quarto. For example, it is often used when speaking about time. 2h30, literally 2 hours and a half, this written with a comma and refers to length of time, while 3h15 is the equivalent to 3:15 a.m. For time, we tend to write it with an H. You will find many of these words in recipes as well. Last, but certainly not least, let's talk about collective numerals. These refer to an exact number of a set of something. They change in number, singular and plural, but do not vary in gender. I'm talking about words like month, mês, week, semana, pair, par, dezena, 10, dozen, dúzia, decade, década, century, século. Interesting to note that in Portuguese we use the word dezenas the same way we use in English dozens, to express the idea of a big quantity. So if you want to say, I have dozens of pens at home, in Portuguese you would say, tenho dezenas de canetas em casa. I hope you found this video useful and feel better prepared to use math vocabulary in your Portuguese. Don't forget to leave me a like and a comment. Até para a semana!